Unlock the magic of precise video editing with our latest tutorial. In this video, we'll guide you step by step on how to add keyframes and CapCut on your PC. Transform your editing skills and bring your videos to life with smooth transitions and dynamic effects. Stay tuned and let's dive into the world of keyframing mastery together. Hello creatives, we're on the computer, we're in CapCut, and we're ready to do a little video editing using keyframes. I'm going to give you 3 very simple examples today. I assume you're beginners, that's why we're going to make it very simple. This first one, we're simply going to move an object, in this case this red arrow. So I'm going to drag this to the timeline. It's just a screenshot of Photoshop. It's not a video. We're going to drag down our red arrow. We're going to scale it down a little bit. Like so. Well, like that. We're going to place it over here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make this red arrow move from this point to an icon up here. If you were giving a presentation or something, and you made something like this and wanted to point to something with that red arrow, this is one way of doing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to set our first keyframe. We're going to start right here in the beginning of the clip. You could start anywhere you wanted to, but we're going to start in the beginning. So what we're going to do is simply activate this by clicking on it, your red arrow. That will open this box. Make sure you're on basic. And you come down here, all these are your keyframes. When you click them, they'll turn blue. We're going to come to position and click that one. You can see it turn blue. And over here, it's added a keyframe to our timeline. It's a white diamond. Now what we do is where we want that arrow to be, we can go anywhere on the timeline and do it. We'll just do it right here. So what we're going to do now is simply drag this red arrow and have it point to the icon that we want to point to. So we let go of our mouse and it automatically added our keyframe. So now, if we play this video, this is what we have. We have that arrow moving to there. Now, if you wish to slow the animation down, what you can do is simply drag your key point out in this direction. So this is our start, this is our stop. Now it's further apart, so it's going to take longer for that arrow to get there. See, it moves now at a slower rate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag our keyframe back here towards the middle somewhere. And now we're going to make that arrow go from this point down to another icon. So what we do is we drag our marker to where we want that to start. So let's say right there. We come back here again to position, enter our keyframe. It's been created right here. So now we drag our marker where we want it to stop. We simply drag our red arrow down and point at the icon we wish to, let go of our mouse, and our end keyframe has been added for us. Now when we play that video, there, and now it's going to come down. So we have our total of 4 keyframes. This keyframe is the start to move it from here to here. This keyframe tells it to stop. Then your video plays along. This is the first keyframe that's going to bring it from up here and bring it to down here. This keyframe telling it to stop. And there you have it. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Basic. Keyframes are just a start point and a stop point. That's all they are. And you can animate things, you can do a lot. So now, for our second example, we're going to scale something. I'm going to use this rotating Earth here, and we're going to have a meteorite crash into the Earth. It's basically an optical illusion scaling something. I'm going to scale up this meteor, and we're going to have it crash to the Earth. So in this case, I like to click this top keyframe icon because it will click all of them for you. So what we're going to do, our first keyframe has been entered. When we get to this point in the video, the meteor is going to hit the Earth and wipe out all kinds of people. Who knows? So this is going to be our end point. So what we do now is we scale this meteor right down to nothing. Then we're also going to have it rotate as it's falling 360 degrees. So now, when we play that back, this is what we'll get. You can see the meteor is slowly falling to Earth, and now it's hit the Earth, basically an optical illusion. So, to rehash, we set our start point, our ending point. We scaled it down to nothing to make it look like it hit the Earth, and we had it rotate as it went down. I'll play that again. Simply a starting point, and this is our ending point, where the meteor hits the Earth. So it's spinning around, it's falling to the Earth, and it crashed into the Earth. Okay, guys, what we're going to do now is we're going to use keyframes to zoom in on an object, or in this case, a person. So we drag our video clip to our timeline. We're going to play it here, and we're going to see a guy in a blue shirt start to appear, and when he does, we're going to pause it. There he is. We're going to pause it. So this right here is where our marker is, and that's where we're going to start our zoom. So what we do is we click on the keyframe. I like to use the top one. It highlights them all because we're going to be doing position and scaling both. So we move our marker to the point where we want to zoom in on him. Let's say right about there. So that's where we're going to zoom in on him at. We're going to scale him up so we can see him. We're going to move him into position. And our second point has been added for us, our second keyframe. So now when we play this video back, we will see that when we reach our first keyframe, it's going to start to zoom in on him. And there we have it. We're zoomed in on him. We're going to get a good look at him. Now, at this point, we zoomed in on him. Now we want to zoom back out to 100%. So again, we click on our keyframe or our start point, and the point that we want to end zooming out could be right about here. So we'll scale that back down to 100%. We will move it back into position. And there you have that. Now we'll play our video from the beginning. We're going to zoom in on him. There he is. And now we're going to start to zoom back out. So there we go. Very simple. Just a refresher to go back over it. This is our starting point here, where we begin to zoom. keeps playing at that zoomed level until we get here, and then it's going to unzoom back to 100%, and our video would continue on. So pretty simple stuff. That's how you can zoom in using keyframes. That's all I have for you guys today. So take the information you learned, play around with it. Like I said, keyframes are just starting points and stopping points for what you're manipulating. That's all they are. Play around with it and have fun and keep learning. Until next time, guys, that's it.